everyone, welcome to the Age of Listening channel. Today we're going to be looking at the practicalities of actually hearing, or one of the ways that you can hear your higher self, guide, teacher, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. So it's very, very, very practical. No woohoo here, but it's some ideas to get you to sort of break it all down really into its simplistic form. You'll hear things from me on this channel that you won't hear anywhere else. I don't talk on woohoo. I'm very, very practical on everything. If you want to hear your guide or your teacher, really the first thing to do, practically speaking, at a really ground level, is to do some washing up, mow a lawn, do something really boring, and then take away all the fears, cognitive heavy thinking and deep reflecting sort of thinking, and just empty your mind. Just and I know Christians are very sort of, this might trigger sort of people who are from religious persuasion, empty your mind. You know, we were told, oh, don't do that. Well, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that at all. You won't hear anything. They've been doing that to religious people for years, warning against emptying your mind. You do not know what will come in. I say rubbish. I say that's a bit of a conspiracy theory actually, because it's kept us all missing the vital ingredients. When you're in that lunar love good space of a place without fear or concern, or too heavily in the cognitive mind, and you're in just a really happy, contented place, and you're not thinking of anything in particular, that's where you just daydream through thoughts. And as you're doing that, there's only really three things that can come in. You're in a child, which is generally quite negative and is there to warn you, because it's a scared little child often. The other side, it is your cognitive thinking that comes in. I must do this, I must do that, or what if this happens, what if that happens, yeah? And then you have the middle one, which is your guide, your teacher, or whatever. Now, if you haven't got the ability, while you're washing up or mowing the lawn or walking the dog in a lovely lane, then you're not going to be able to kind of go, oh, that's my inner child, because it's very fear-based generally, not always, but generally. That's the one that's kind of triggered. Then you have the, sorry about my nails, by the way, sorry. I'm trying to grow them. So I'm just putting loads and loads and loads of layers of really good nail strengthener on, and I don't take it off just yet. And then you have, sorry, what was I, 3? So then you have the cognitive mind. The cognitive mind is thinking of things, you know, with a common sense approach and trying to be practical, and again can be negative. But the middle voice is the voice of reason and wisdom that kind of sneaks in there. And when you are uneducated in this understanding of trying to hear from your guide or your Holy Spirit or your teacher or your angels, whatever, you're not familiar to that voice. And learning to just sit and be and realize that actually your guide's been talking to you the whole time, and you've not even realized it. You've either thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea I've come up with. And as I said in a previous post, one of the ways to differentiate the guide, and it's got a particular vibration, and so it's always news to you. It's always news to you, and you kind of tend to go, oh right. So that's one of the ways you can tell. A gentle chastisement, not a telling off, not a telling off like the inner child can, which makes you feel bad, but it's often the just a really positive, come on, you can do this, get up, come on, you've got to fill that out, come on, give this person a chance. Come on, don't go with your gut instinct. There's, you know, there's a higher calling that needs to be done here, and stepping out in faith. You know, it's that sort of challenging kind of emotion that this one doesn't give, and neither does this. Okay, so so that's basically the first kind of thing that is absolutely you know, paramount. The second thing I want to say is that you won't really hear the sort of things that I say anywhere else, because I'm very, very break it down to its barest essential. And so I'm going to say confrontational things that you might completely disagree with, but I want it to challenge you, really, because we're taught an awful lot of woohoo stuff, you know, by lots of people on the media. And I give you, for instance, that are good things in themselves, but aren't actually of any magical importance whatsoever. So, for instance, I've at the moment got a joss stick. I don't often have joss sticks, but I'll put a joss stick there because my cognitive mind has been told for years and years that it's good for me, it relaxes me. Well, I can actually be relaxed on my own, but there are times where I just think, do you know what, I need to get my headspace into a place. Okay, so a lot of what we're told in the spiritual community is spiritual woohoo. I mean, it's spiritual, what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on while I pause this so I can remember it. Superstition. That's the word. Superstition. So, at the end of the day, for me, and we can break down the word superstition, but I'm not going to do that today. Superstition, though, on its kind of sort of broadest term, is something that isn't kind of true, but it's become fact because people have put factual things to it. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that yeah, if you walk underneath a ladder, you might get something drop on top of you from a great height. And yeah, so is it practically very good to do that? But is there some sort of magical property in there being bad luck? No, I don't believe there is. I just think you're raising the statistical chance of something happening if you're going to go underneath a ladder. Now, why do I have such a cognitive approach to spirituality? Well, I was brought up in the church, and in the church, it's the most superstitious place you could go. We've developed all these rituals and everything else, and people think if they don't perform these rituals, then they're not going to get the spirituality that they wish to receive, this, you know, spiritual content. It's all rubbish. Guys, it's all rubbish. What your frame of mind, how your frame of mind is set, your cognitive mind, your left brain, if that believes that such and such is going to happen, then you're going to believe it. It doesn't necessarily make it so. So my guide, my teacher, has been saying to me, strip all of that away. Get rid of all of the superstition. The power of God is within you. Call it what you want, higher consciousness, whatever. But it is, heaven is within you, the same way that hell is within you. And so if you believe it to be so, then it's so. So today I lit my joss stick because, quite frankly, I've been homeschooling with my 2 children. I'm going to take any superstition going if it's going to put my mind into a place of being able to sit here and talk to you guys in a positive frame of mind. Second thing is, let's look at oracle cards. So here's the thing. Because we manifest exactly what we think on, you know, I feel sad, then you're going to attract sadness. I feel that my relationship is going, I don't know, down the pan, then your relationship will go down the pan. Your frame of mind is what gives you what you see in life. In the same way with tarot cards and oracle cards. So what do I mean by that? Well, I am very, very aware that with tarot cards, I have learned through the years that I have to really put myself into a place of not expecting anything. Just open, completely open-minded, having no forward thoughts on what I may receive, because what I find is pretty much 10 out of 10, let's say 9 out of 10, okay? I will then produce the cards I believe I'm going to receive. It works the same way with a pendulum. I can, if I'm not at all invested in the outcome, my pendulum will go wherever it wants. And I know I will get a true reading on the pendulum. But if I'm invested, it will go exactly where I want it to go. The same way with tarot cards, the same way with oracle cards. You have to be, if I had a word of wisdom for anybody, you have to not be invested in what you're doing. You have to come with a really clear mind, because I have ended up manifesting my life, manifesting my cards exactly what. Now, some people in the woohoo community will go, oh, that's, you know, you're at one with the message, and you know, blah blah blah. And yes, that can happen, but I'm going on a really deep level here. I'm telling you, your cards will give you what you want to receive too. And that's where it can be dangerous to put all of your, without using discernment. Remember I said to you, use discernment in the last video. Really, really important. Did I come to the cards with a wanting to see a certain thing come out? And if you did, and you got it, then probably go away and come back another day to it. That's how good our manifesting abilities are. That's what my guide has told me. My teacher has told me that, and I've stood by it. So, okay, let's have a look then at some practicalities, because I did promise you some practicalities. Now, with the tarot cards, as an alternative, I learnt to broaden my hearing from my guide into tarot decks and oracle cards. A really fun way to hear from my guide. Now, I can hear from my guide without them, but it's just a fun way to do it. And I learnt from church in a prophecy and words of knowledge training course that I was on. How weird is this? They would give me a, you know, they don't believe in tarot, they don't believe in oracle cards, but they're about to teach you what I'm about to teach you. So they'd have a tray and they'd have loads of different household sort of objects on it, like a toothbrush, a match, could be used or unused, I mean powerful, you'll understand in a minute, a napkin, a spoon. Yep, you get me. So there'd be all these items on a tray, and they'd get the class, they put it on the floor in front of everyone, and they'd say, right, have a look at these things, pray to God, and just sit there and dwell, and then give a word of knowledge or prophecy to a fellow person in your in the ring that we're in, which and the ring I was in was about 20 people. And this is taught in church, but yeah, oracle cards, no, you can't do that. At the end of the day, I want to break down the mysticism of what cards are. So tarot cards are very, very specific. The specific symbols, so you can be very, very specific. And for a newbie, it's great fun. Okay. When it comes to oracle cards, like I've got the Moon, Queen of the Moon Oracle here. These are a bit more different. So this is looking at a theme. So you've got themes of, I mean, I don't know, I bought a book and I still haven't got around to reading it, but there are the different cycles of the moon. But on the bottom, you've got kind of a word. It'll have waning gibbon 6 wisdom. So wisdom. And the amazing thing I think about oracles is that it gives you just one single word. And it allows you really, where tarot can be quite lazy, don't have a go at me, tarot card readers, but having the tarot deck, it can actually make you very, very lazy if you are wanting to hear from your guide personally in your head, just you. You know, if at the end you want to be able to walk down the road or be in a meeting or meet people, and you want to be able to hear from your guide, then does it make sense to rely completely on having your tarot deck at hand? No, it's much better if you can learn to do that without any sort of help. Here's another one, the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Oh, I've not taken that out yet. Oh, I've not yet done this. Let's see if I can slither one out. The hero of your cosmic journey. So, oops. So there you go. Oh, I'm not going to take that out because I really want to do a review on that, and I've been saving that for myself. Let me get another one, better one. Okay, so work your light. So here's another great example, the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. So what is this doing? Well, it's allowing you to look at just a word, and then what happens is if you put yourself in the right frame of mind, it's a little bit like Hangman, in the sense that your guide will fill in the dots, and you get that download feeling, and you're able to really expand on that for yourself or for a client. They really, I find oracle cards, because it doesn't, you know, tarot gives you everything, you know, apart from the dentist's name they've visited or whatever. So oracles really kind of give you much more than that, and your guide will fill in the blanks. Okay, that being said, what's next? Yeah, so really this is going to be a short one today. Oh, shortish. I really just wanted to give a bit of a shout out to oracle decks as a helpmate in your journey of hearing your guide, to be able to give them a bit of a go. Okay, I've found that people who are quite stressed want everything now. I've found that people who aren't good at getting into that sort of space of lunar love good space of emptiness, they're not really, they don't have the patience to deal with oracle cards, because they don't really like to do meditation or prayer. And tarot cards are very, very good at giving you a straight line. They're very good at giving you direction. And where with oracle cards is sort of the next step in your education, because they're just giving you one word. And there might be something in the picture of them, certainly, but there's usually one word or a sentence. And they're just beautiful, because it allows your teacher, your guide, your Holy Spirit, whatever, to be able to come in there and fill in the gaps. So I hope that kind of blesses you today. I just want to say that I've not posted for the last 6 months because I'm kind of waiting for YouTube to get disrupted, taken down, or whatever. There's a lot of things going on, and I knew they were going to come on over the last 6 months, and I've been very wary of putting, you know, loads of stuff on YouTube if they're all just going to be taken down. I just thought, what's the point? But I've backed up, I have saved everything. I'm probably going to go to another platform, but I'm going to wait till the dust settles, and I will let you know. I very much doubt this is going to happen to my channel, but all over the spiritual community, there has been a lot of, I don't quite, well, I kind of do, but I'm not going to tell you, but there has been a lot of things coming into YouTube that have disrupted people's lives on here. And if you see anybody that says they're me asking for anything, I'm not, that's not me, okay? I do this completely for free. I would never ask you for anything, but I will never change my name, and I will eventually, I haven't yet, but I will eventually be going over to probably Patreon or some other place like that. And but you just have to remember my name. But be courageous, guys. I probably have more oracle decks than I should have, but I do love them, and they are something that I'd recommend you getting and you know, looking into. But I'll see you in a minute anyway, because I am going to do some walkthroughs because I'm so excited. Okay, see you soon. Bye.